Hello and welcome our global viewers to RTD's News English edition. As usual, tonight for the highlights we got the Minister of Agriculture visits the locality of Mulud, hydro-agriculture development works, and on the international scene in the European Commission creation of a new agency responsible for managing health emergencies. Those were tonight's highlights. Welcome back to our newsroom, our beloved viewers. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, paid a vibrant tribute to the memory of the former Algerian President, the late Abdelaziz Bouteflika, who died yesterday, Friday. The late Abdelaziz Bouteflika succeeded in making the history of his country with his own mark, and among other things, he allowed access to a true national recognition, said the head of state. His commitment to conscience and his qualities as a fine strategist are undoubtedly at the origin of the success that surrounded his long political career, he added. The posthumous tribute of the head of state came in a message of condolence addressed to his Algerian counterpart, Mr. Abdelmajid Tebboune. I ask you to rely my sympathy and solidarity to the government and the brotherly people of Algeria, as well as to the relatives, friends, and family members of the deceased former head of state, wrote in substance the President of the Republic in the message sent to his Algerian counterpart, Abdelaziz Bouteflika, who died yesterday at the age of 84, was a leading figure on the Algerian political scene. If he originally distinguished himself through the active role he played during the mobilization for Algerian national independence, he definitely acquired the reputation of a talented politician during the long period he served as a foreign minister of his country. Moving on, a delegation led by the Ministry of Agriculture visited Mulud, a Dekher region, on this day on September 16, 2021, which marks the end of hydro-agriculture development works in Mulud. This visit of the minister is part of the Drought Resilience and Sustainable Livelihoods Development Project in the Horn of Africa, three countries financed by the African Bank, African Development Bank, and the Rural Climate Change Resilience Adaptation. Project financed by the Global Environment Fund, these hydro-agricultural development works of the common perimeter of Mulud have for objectives improvement of food security, reduction of poverty, strengthening economic and institutional integration. Financed by the African Development Bank, the World Environment Fund, and the Djiboutian government, to the tank of 247.7 million Djiboutian francs for the Dekher region, the investments in the Mulud sub-prefecture totaling 77.7 million Djiboutian francs cover the agriculture infrastructure needs of the common area as well as the water needs of the village. Works carried out by the company NACLO, the drought resilience programs, have provided for the development of agriculture in order to eliminate systematic bottlenecks and have a multiplier effect by increasing the income of agriculture producers through higher producer prices, an increase in the share of agriculture production destined for the market, and the creation of agriculture and non-agriculture jobs. This ambitious project, carried out with the support of our partners and the government, is also a major tool that will benefit the entire Djiboutian population in the both short and long term. During the ceremony, the Minister of Agriculture indicated that the lack of water and the rehabilitation of agriculture infrastructures were considered as a major problem by the important actors, notably the community of Mulud, the civil society, and the private sector. Still within the framework of his visit, the Minister of Agriculture and his delegation went to Awaitu to visit the agriculture pilot farm financed by the European Union with the technical support of FAO. As we are seeing the following images of the visit that took place. A change of command between Colonel Idris Omar Ali, Chief of Corps descending from the Inter-Arms Regiment of Dikhel, and Lieutenant Colonel Ibrahim Yusuf, new Chief of Corps, took place this Wednesday, September 15, 2021 at 7:30 at the place of the report of this regiment. This ceremony, chaired by the Lieutenant General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, Chief of General Staff of the Armed Forces, SEMGA, was attended by Colonel Major Mohammed Kayat Gale, Deputy Chief of Defense Staff Colonel Abdullah Abdi Farah, Director General of the National Police, and all the major officials of the Djiboutian Armed Forces. The President of the Original Council in the Okals. After the military honors and the review of the troops, the SEMGA in his agenda congratulated and lent the exemplary career of Colonel Idris Omar Ali. Today, Colonel Idris Omar Ali has reached the end of his military career after 44 years of service to the Republic of Djibouti. Colonel Idris Omar Ali has reached the end of his military career after 44 years of service to the Republic of Djibouti. In his agenda, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, Chief of the General Staff of the Armed Forces, paid a vibrant tribute to the military career of Colonel Idris Omar Ali. In his speech, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim underlined that since he took office as commander of the Dikhel Inter-Arms Regiment, Colonel Idris Omar Ali has spared no effort to live up to his responsibilities, which he has carried out in a satisfactory manner. In the second part of his speech, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim addressed Lieutenant Colonel Ibrahim Yusuf, the new Chief of Staff of the Inter-Arms Regiment of Dikhel, appointed by presidential decree as of September 1, 2021. The same guy assured him of his unwavering support throughout his mission. At the end of the speeches, the Chief of Staff presided over the change of command ceremony, handing over the flag to the new Corps Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Ibrahim Yusuf, designated by presidential decree to command the Dikhel Inter-Army Regiment as of 1st September 2021. Then the two senior officers proceeded to the signing of the official documents of transfer of command. The ceremony ended with refreshments and the traditional family photo.
Officiers, sous-officiers et militaires du rang personnel civil de Dikhel, de par le président de la République, vous reconnaîtrez pour votre chef, le lieutenant-colonel Ibrahim Youssouf Dabar, ici présent. Et vous lui obéirez en tout ce qu'il vous commandera pour le bien des services, d'exécution des règlements militaires, l'observation des lois et le succès des armes de la République de Djibouti. Fermez les pains.
Gun! Orienté. Orienté. Oh! Makiyatin, sous les ordres du lieutenant-colonel Ibrahim Soudala. Le devoir au général.
On September 16, 2021, the Naval Training Center of the Djiboutian Coast Guard, located at Camp Dorale, hosted the closing ceremony of the training entitled Civil-Military Approach to Military Security. The training was provided by the team of American experts to 30 participants from both the Djiboutian Coast Guard and the Navy. The objective of this training was to provide participants with an overview of transitional maritime threats and the tools necessary to prepare themselves to manage and respond effectively to these threats. Participants were able to practice during the training. In a short speech during the ceremony, Lieutenant Colonel Kempfer, senior instructor, praised the commitment and professionalism shown by the participants during the training. Lieutenant Colonel Mohammed Adawi Mohammed, acting commander of the Djiboutian Coast Guard, stressed the importance of cooperation and collaboration between the National Navy and the Coast Guard, which are the spearhead of the state's action at sea. Closing the session of speech, Colonel Ahmed Dahir Jama, commander of the Navy, recognized the importance of this type of training that allows staff of both institutions to access vital knowledge in the field of threats at sea and their evolution in time and space. He praised the excellent relations with the United States of America, which through its embassy in Djibouti also thanked all those who took a part in the smooth running of this training. The ceremony ended with the presentation of certificates to participants and a family photo to immortalize the occasion. The Prefecture of Ali Sibih region, in close collaboration with the Avas Agency, Ali Sibih Road Agency, organized this morning a vast day of cleaning the public dump in the city of Asajok. The mobilization and assistance of the Prefecture's road service, which mobilized material and technical means such as dump, truck, bulldozer, shovels, wheelbarrows, were exemplary. The large-scale cleaning operations of the city's garbage dump took place in the presence of the Prefect of the region, Musa Aden, the Secretary General of Ali Sibih Regional Council, Mr. Aden Abdullahi, the Director of the Ali Sibih Road Agency, better known by its acronym Avas, Mr. Radwan Aden, volunteers of the Ali Sibih Red Crescent, the CDC of the city of Asajok. The participants were armed with a wide range of materials for the collection of household wastes: rakes, garbage bags, mats, and gloves. Note that this cleaning day coincides with the World Cleaning Day. After a recurrent drought of the last 7 years, which severely impacted the Centrally Nomanwak population, the clemency of the sky watered the region and attended the banks of thirst that were rife in this part of the region. Certainly, thanks to the Prodemo project, many sites in the region have been equipped with underground citizens and basins to conserve rainwater in order to facilitate access to drinking water for the nomadic population. In addition, in its fight against thirst, the Ministry of Agriculture had already drilled many wells in the areas where access to drinking water was a problem. Some of these wells were successful and others were not because of natural constraints. Nevertheless, the Ministry of Agriculture and the Prodemo project contribute together and surely to the improvement of access to drinking water in the region. Finally, Prefect expressed his satisfaction with the achievements of the Ministry of Agriculture in the remarkable Akomang project of the Pondemero, which has been an essential lever in the fight against thirst. In partnership with the Secretary of State in charge of sports, the ITRO Association organized on Thursday 16 to Friday 17 September 2021 the 4th edition of the Dalaya on Sports. The State Omni Sports was composed of several disciplines, namely soccer, volleyball, athletics, and swimming. In addition, the Omnisport saw the presence of several high authorities of the Northern region, among others, the Prefect of the region of Obuk Abdul Malik Muhammad Banoita, the President of the Regional Council, Mr. Muhammad Humad Ismail, the Director General of ADDS, Mr. Mahdi, and finally, Mr. Ali Muhammad Gadali, Customary Chief. The Omnisports took place under a good momentum of friendship. The various participants were exemplary. Moving on to news outside our border, COVID-19 schools reopen in Burundi after having been closed to fight against the spread of the coronavirus. And during the summer vacation, schools in Burundi reopened their doors on Thursday. The only obligation for students and their teachers is to take a screening test imposed by the Ministry of Health in order to obtain the test certificate required to enter the classroom. In July, the Burundi government was one of the last in the world to adopt the use of vaccines against the coronavirus. European Commission creates HERA to respond rapidly to emergencies. While the COVID-19 pandemic is far from over, Europe is preparing for future cross-border health threats. The 27 established the European Health Emergency Response and Preparedness Authority in order to prevent a local epidemic from turning into a global pandemic. The European Commission is establishing the European Health Emergency Response Authority. This initiative is part of efforts to fill the gaps in emergency and crisis response in the European Union 27. By this, our beloved viewers, we conclude tonight's news edition. Thank you for being with us and make sure to stick around for more. Have a peaceful evening and thank you for joining us. Thank you.